What's up, super people? My name is Aaron Oster. I am a #1 best-selling author on Amazon, and today I am going to talk about writing dialogue, conversations, how people talk and stuff in your books. So, with that said, if you guys could just smash that like button, subscribe. I haven't gotten any new subscribers in the last day. I mean, you guys are killing me here. I want to get to 1,000. So just join on in. Come over to the dark side of... Okay, whatever. Just subscribe. You don't have to come to the dark side of anything. And let's get right into the video. So, one of the major things that I've noticed, especially with newer authors, is that people struggle to write dialogue that is just basic conversations between your characters whenever they're doing just about anything. And the biggest thing that I've seen is that people try and go in the direction of movies. And that is a big mistake that a lot of people make, because when people have conversations in movies and they have all that witty banter and all that other stuff, that's not realistic at all, because in real life people don't talk like that, and that can really break the immersion and the actual realism of your book, and it'll just make it seem kind of ridiculous. So in this video I'm going to give you two examples, one of some really bad dialogue and one of some better dialogue. Now again, I haven't spent any time editing this, I just whipped this up right now, and yes, it is going to sound ridiculous and probably not the best, but it should give you a pretty good idea of what good dialogue sounds like versus horrible dialogue. And yes, the grammar in one, not going to be as good as the grammar in the other, and I am using more extreme examples of what good and bad dialogue can look like. And again, I'm going to be leaving out the he saids and she saids just because it'll save time. So with that said, I am going to just turn around here and read this off the screen first, and then I am going to flip you guys around, show you the actual dialogue, and explain what I've got. So here goes. So this is writing bad dialogue. Hey Chad, do you wish to going to the store with me? Yes, Emily, I do wishing to go to store with you. That is wonderful news, Chad. Do you wish to go now or in a little bit? I will go when I am ready, Emily, and you will not get to choose. Oh, Chad, you kidder. I had to read that with a straight face. But if you listen to that dialogue, it made no sense. Now hold on, I'm going to do the turnaround thing. Here we go. Yay! I didn't mess it up again. So as you can see, here is the bad dialogue. Now you can see that I've written out the lines, if my camera will cooperate and stop misbehaving. As you can see over here, I've written out the lines, and I have, we've got Emily and we've got Chad. That much is pretty obvious by the introduction of the names. Now, here's something that you don't want to do, first of all, is that you see that they're each saying each other's names in just about every sentence. That is not a natural way to write things, because when people talk to each other, they don't introduce them, they don't talk by saying each other's names. When you're having a conversation with your friend, say your friend's buddy is Jim, and you are Bob, because I love the name Bob. You say, hey Jim, how are you? I am doing fine, Bob. How are you, Jim? Like, you're not going to be saying the other person's name constantly. That's not a normal thing that people do when they're having conversations. Another thing you've noticed probably is the terrible dialogue in general that's going on here, and that it literally makes like no sense. I mean, do you wish to going to the store with me? I mean, that's just bad English. But aside from that, the conversation has zero flow, as you've noticed. Like, and this part right over here makes no sense. Now, if you look into it, you can assume that, Chad wants to go to the store when he's good and ready, and that Emily won't get to pick when he goes. And my camera is just on the fritz again here. I really apologize about this. I don't know what's going on with this phone. I mean, seriously, like, you'd think if you paying this much money for a phone, the camera would actually work normally, but I guess not. Anyways, so that right there was an example of bad dialogue. Now I'm going to turn around here again because now I'm going to do a bit of an explanation on better dialogue. So again, better dialogue is when you are just having two people or more just having a normal conversation without trying to force it, without trying to push the whole movie witty banter garbage thing in there. That's not how real people talk. I know, because I am a real boy, I think. Or at least that's what I was told. But when real people have conversations, they generally don't talk in the way that you see in movies, with people having this banter and going back and forth. That's not a normal thing. It's okay if you want to throw that into fight scenes or whatever every once in a while to try and make it a little bit different or sound a little interesting. But when people are having normal conversations, just don't do that. So yeah, we're going to turn around again, and I've pulled up the better dialogue that I've written. I don't know why I keep turning back and forth. I think it's because the echo sounds more in the kitchen and there's less over here, but whatever. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this part out, then I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what I'm talking about. So here we go. Better dialogue. Hey, Chad, do you feel like hanging out later? Sure. Got anything specific in mind? Well, there's this new place at the mall I've been wanting to check out. You mean that place that sells ridiculously overpriced t-shirts? Just come with me. Stop being such a cheapskate. I'm not cheap. I just don't see the point in spending $50 on a shirt when you can get the same thing online for $5. Now, my stumbling on those words aside, you know what? I'm just going to flip you around and explain it to you that way. So here we go. So my stumbling aside, you can see that this conversation has a much better flow, is much more realistic, if you could read with my camera still acting up. There we go. So you can see that the way the sentences are structured is in a way that the conversation will flow like you would normally have with someone. If someone here asking, you want to hang out? And then, sure, you have anything in mind? Then they pose their idea. Then the other character, Chad, comes back with a counter argument saying, wait, I don't think I want to hang out there because they're ridiculously overpriced. And all this is put into the dialogue, so you don't need to specifically state everything that's happening, and you can understand what's happening just from the tone of the conversation alone. And you can get that tone just by putting in the right inflections and the right, putting in a question mark, an exclamation point, period, and ellipses right there to show that they've been trailing off and have someone else taking over the conversation in mid-sentence. And here you have, the other character returning. Now, you haven't actually gotten the other character's name, which in hindsight I probably should have included somewhere. My bad. But you can see, they're saying stop being such a cheapskate, and then Chad returning saying that he's not cheap, he just doesn't see the point in spending a whole bunch of money. And that right there, that one sentence gives you an insight into his overall character without you having to actually introduce anything about him. It shows that he's a frugal person, doesn't like brand name things, and prefers shopping online to shopping at an actual mall. Just like me. I hope that wasn't too confusing and that you all actually understood what I was saying. And that this little video actually helped you understand just a little bit more about writing dialogue, and that I didn't just go on a whole bunch of tangents and just talk to myself for like 10 minutes and didn't give you guys anything. So with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below with your thoughts. And of course, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Pretty please, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Please share the video. If you don't have an Audible account yet, you can get a free audiobook just by signing up with one of my links down below. And also go buy my books. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. Oh, and keep being super.